Raghav Chadha was very aware that possibly he will be thrown out of the party. So Raghav Chadha was preparing himself to be thrown out of the party or dropped or whatever the action party is going to take. It was a pre-launch for a brand new launch of Raghav Chadha. AAP here was burning. Lot of problems, not one problem, multiple problems happening on AAP, but Raghav Chadha was never seen. Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Raghav Chadha has been Raghav Chadha of AAP. Aam Aadmi Party has been dropped as deputy leader of Rajya Sabha. This was not very surprising. And I will tell you, this story is far more deeper than what we are seeing it. We are just seeing the layer. First of all, let's hear what Raghav Chadha has to say and then we'll get further.
मुझे जब जब पार्लियामेंट में बोलने का मौका मिलता है, मैं जनता के मुद्दे उठाता हूं और शायद ऐसे टॉपिक्स उठाता हूं जिसे आम तौर पर संसद में नहीं उठाया जाता। लेकिन क्या जनता के मुद्दे उठाना, पब्लिक इश्यूज पे बात करना कोई अपराध है? क्या मैंने कोई गुनाह कर दिया, कोई गलती कर दी? हैव आई डन समथिंग रॉन्ग? ये सवाल आज मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी ने राज्यसभा सेक्रेटेरिएट को ये कहा है कि राघव चड्ढा के पार्लियामेंट में बोलने पर रोक लगा दी जाए। जी हां, आम आदमी पार्टी ने पार्लियामेंट को ये सूचित किया है कि राघव चड्ढा को पार्लियामेंट में बोलने का मौका ना दिया जाए। अब भला कोई मेरे बोलने पर रोक क्यों लगाना चाहेगा? मैं तो जब बात करता हूं देश के आम आदमी की बात करता हूं। एयरपोर्ट पर मिल रहे महंगे खाने की बात रखी, जोमैटो ब्लिंकिट के डिलीवरी राइडर्स की प्रॉब्लम रखी, खाने में मिलावट का मुद्दा उठाया, टोल प्लाजा लूट से लेकर बैंक चार्जेस लूट की बात करी, यहाँ तक कि मिडिल क्लास पे टैक्स के बोझ से लेकर कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स पर स्ट्राइक क्यों करी जाती है, टेलीकॉम कंपनियां कैसे 12 महीने में 13 बार हमसे रिचार्ज कराती हैं, डेटा रोल ओवर नहीं देती हैं, रिचार्ज खत्म होने के बाद इनकमिंग रोक देती है, तमाम इश्यूज मैंने सदन में उठाए। और ये मुद्दे उठाने के बाद देश के आम आदमी का तो फायदा हुआ, लेकिन इससे आम आदमी पार्टी का क्या नुकसान हुआ? भला कोई मुझे बोलने से क्यों रोकना चाहेगा? कोई मेरी आवाज को क्यों बंद करना चाहेगा?
Now Raghav Chadha says that I am taking up people's issues. I am talking for the people. That is my job. Why is AAP stopping me? Because AAP incidentally not only dropped him as the deputy leader for Rajya Sabha, they also instructed the parliamentary secretariat that Raghav Chadha incidentally should not be. This is what he said. You heard him. So he says, why are you stopping me? Is it because I am talking for the people? Is it because I am talking for the in people's interest and all of that? This is what he said. Now that sounded quite weird, because why would AAP stop somebody from speaking on public interest? So that sounded weird. So basically the fact remains that Raghav Chadha was very aware, and that's the point I want to make. Raghav Chadha was very aware that possibly he will be thrown out of the party. So Raghav Chadha was preparing himself to be thrown out of the party or dropped or whatever the action party is going to take. Now why do I say this? You see, in advertising there is something called as pre-launch. You see, pre-launch is basically what you do is it's a group of activity that the marketing team does to ensure that a good environment is created to launch a particular product. Now, Raghav Chadha was doing something similar. If you have seen your social media and you are somebody who follows politics, and assuming that you are watching my video, I assume that you like politics. So, I'm sure in the last 1 month, you must have seen a lot of videos talking about Raghav Chadha and how beautifully he is speaking for the people and how gorgeous it is that he is speaking for the people and what a super leader he is because he is speaking for the people and all that. I am not saying he didn't speak for the people, but I am saying that the kind of reels, the kind of propaganda that came on social media indicated that it was a very focused and very designed propaganda that was coming to you. It was a pre-launch for a brand new launch of Raghav Chadha. When I say brand new launch, I don't necessarily mean that he is going to start a party. He will not be able to. But what I meant is possibly a new avatar of Raghav Chadha. This was more or less very clear. Because otherwise, what he speaks and what he spoke, a lot of other MPs spoke on various other topics. He spoke on good topics. Like I said, I'm not disputing it, but what he said was nothing, no rocket science and all that. He spoke well and so did many other speakers. And the fact that his speech was edited well, was cut well, was presented well, there was good headline, good baseline, all of this happened. So the thing is that he was projected well.
इस देश का मिडिल क्लास कमर तोड़ मेहनत करता है, लेकिन इस मेहनत के बावजूद मिडिल क्लास गरीब हो रहा है, अमीर नहीं हो रहा। जितने डेटा का पैसा हमसे लिया जाता है उतना डेटा हमें यूज करने दिया जाए, वो एक्सपायर ना हो। ये हमारे मेहनत के पैसे से खरीदा गया डेटा है। सर, आई डिमांड इन दिस ऑगस्ट हाउस टू मेक पैटर्निटी लीव अ लीगल राइट इन इंडिया। सर, थर्ड मेरा प्रपोजल है नो बैंक चार्जेस फॉर नॉट मेंटेनिंग मिनिमम अकाउंट बैलेंस। खाने में खतरनाक मिलावट का मुद्दा, फूड अडल्ट्रेशन का। सर, आज मैं प्रीपेड प्लान के जो मोबाइल यूजर्स हैं उनकी ओर से 2 समस्याएं उठाना चाहता हूं।
Why was he projected? He was possibly projected because he knew that his days in AAP was numbered. Now, AAP reacted and this is what AAP said.
राघव का एक वीडियो आया है, मैं उसके संबंध में ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हम लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल के सच्चे सिपाही हैं और अरविंद केजरीवाल से एक ही बात सीखी है, निडरता, हिम्मत, साहस के साथ लड़ना और संघर्ष करना। लेकिन बड़े अफसोस के साथ ये कहना पड़ रहा है कि देश के तमाम मुद्दों पर जब सीईसी के खिलाफ प्रस्ताव आता है, आप साइन नहीं करते। पश्चिम बंगाल में लोगों के वोट के अधिकार छीने जा रहे हैं। दिल्ली में हम लोगों ने देखा किस तरीके से चुनाव आयोग का दुरुपयोग हुआ। पंजाब का मुद्दा होता है, उस वक्त आप खामोश रहते हो, नहीं बोलते हो। मोदी के खिलाफ आवाज नहीं निकालते हो। तमाम वो मुद्दे जो जनहित के हैं, देश से जुड़े हुए हैं, पार्टी से जुड़े हुए हैं, पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से जुड़े हुए हैं। गुजरात में पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को पीटा जाता है, मारा जाता है, उस पर नहीं बोलते। पंजाब के तमाम अधिकारों को छीनने का काम केंद्र सरकार और मोदी सरकार करती है, उस पर नहीं बोलते। तो ये बहुत सारे मुद्दों पर वॉकआउट करने का मामला आता है, उस समय वॉकआउट नहीं करते। तो ये तमाम चीजें हैं जिसका जवाब देश आपसे चाहता है, लोग आपसे चाहते हैं।
राघव जी, आप बीजेपी से इतना डरते क्यों? आप बीजेपी से सवाल उठाने से डरते क्यों हैं? आप मोदी जी से सवाल उठाने से डरते क्यों हैं? आज इस देश में हर इंसान को यह तय करना होगा कि क्या वो मोदी जी के साथ है या वो संविधान के साथ है, लोकतंत्र के साथ। मुझे याद आ रहा है जब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी गिरफ्तार हुए थे, हम सब सड़कों पे खड़े होकर लड़ रहे थे। पुलिस हम पे लाठियां चढ़ा रही थी, हमें घसीट कर पकड़ कर लेके जा रही। दिल्ली के अलग अलग थानों में, कहीं नरेला में, कहीं बवाना में हम डिटेन हुए। हम रोज सड़कों पे लड़ रहे थे। आप तब लंदन में, आपने हमें बताया कि मेरी आंख का ऑपरेशन हो रहा है, इसलिए मैं लंदन। हमसे मीडिया ने बहुत सवाल पूछे। बार बार हमने मीडिया को कहा कि नहीं, राघव चड्ढा जी डरे नहीं हैं, उनकी आंख में प्रॉब्लम है, वो अपना ऑपरेशन करवाने। लेकिन आज राघव जी, मेरे मन में भी ये सवाल आ रहा है कि जब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी गिरफ्तार हुए, तब भी आप बीजेपी से डर गए, तब भी आप मोदी जी से डर गए, या आप डर के लंदन भाग गए? देखिए, हो सकता है कि आप मोदी जी से डरते, हो सकता है आप जेल जाने से डरते, लेकिन हम अरविंद केजरीवाल के सिपाही हैं। हम ना बीजेपी से डरते हैं, ना मोदी जी से डरते हैं, ना उनकी एजेंसी से डरते हैं, ना जेल जाने से डरते हैं।
राघव भाई, अभी आपका वीडियो देखा, हम सब लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के सिपाही हैं और हमने तो एक ही बात सीखी थी, जो डर गया समझो मर गया। हम सबको तो लोगों के मुद्दे उठाने थे, सरकार की आंख में आंख डाल के। पिछले कुछ दिनों में हमने देखा, जो भी कोई सीरियस मुद्दे सरकार के खिलाफ उठाता है, सरकार से प्रश्न पूछता है, लोगों की बात करता है, सरकार डिक्टेटर की तरह उसको तमाम सोशल मीडिया पर बैन कर रही है। चाहे वो ट्विटर हो, चाहे वो फेसबुक हो, चाहे वो यूट्यूब हो, सब जगह बैन किया जा रहा है। FIR दर्ज कराई जा रही है, मुकदमे किए जा रहे हैं। सरकार को इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि कोई सॉफ्ट PR अपनी पार्लियामेंट में करे, क्योंकि पार्लियामेंट में एक छोटी सी पार्टी का बड़ा लिमिटेड टाइम होता है। उसमें अगर कोई समोसों की बात उठा रहा है तो उससे ज़रूरी है कि देश के बड़े मुद्दों की बात उठाएं।
So all of them in the video said that hum sab Arvind Kejriwal ke sipahi hai and all that. That way, see, by the way, that also is kind of very, very funny, because till yesterday they were supposed to be Aam Aadmi sipahi. They were supposed to be Aam Aadmi sipahi. The party is called Aam Aadmi Party, and I remember very well. And I was there in that speech when Arvind Kejriwal was saying. I went to hear him, where he said that do not call me Arvind ji or Ash Kejriwal and sir and all that. Call me Arvind, he said. Call me Arvind, because I am Aam Aadmi and so are all of us. So now all that has changed. Now it is, they are all these people that you saw supposed to be Arvind Kejriwal's soldiers, sipahi. So that is it. So no longer Arvind and no longer Aam Aadmi Party. So they are not Aam Aadmi Party's sipahi anymore, or Aam Aadmi sipahi anymore. They are Arvind Kejriwal sipahi. Fair enough. So that is where that they stand. Now let us get very objective about it. You see, when you are nominated to Rajya Sabha, like I spoke in my earlier opinion, when you are nominated to Rajya Sabha, you see, you are nominated because you are supposed to be somebody who is very experienced. That is how you should be nominated to Rajya Sabha. That was broadly the design, and you should be a person who should be able to direct the country or give a direction to the country. That is what you are supposed to do in Rajya Sabha. That's why it is called the House of Elders. Now the fact is, most of the political party, like I told you last time, every political party uses Rajya Sabha as a trade-off, as a quid pro quo deal, as a personal property, something that they inherited. That is how Rajya Sabha seats are traded. But they are traded either for power, they are traded for, like I said, quid pro quo, help me in assembly, I'll help you in Rajya Sabha, you support us in whatever, local elections, I'll give you Rajya Sabha ticket, and so on and so forth. Some places I am told that Rajya Sabha tickets are also sold. There's a price tag. Some political parties even sell Rajya Sabha ticket. That is what I am told. But coming back to our story, Rajya Sabha, Raghav Chadha was nominated not by the President of India, but by Aam Aadmi Party. Now, Raghav Chadha, for whatever reason, maybe because he was not able to stand the heat, or maybe he didn't want to get involved with whatever was happening in Aam Aadmi Party, when Arvind Kejriwal and when Manish Sisodia and others were being raided by ED, and when they were put behind bars, and when there were investigations and all going on, Raghav Chadha just went out of India. He went and he was staying in London. Of course, he had an eye surgery, that is what he claims, but he was in London. There was no communication, there was no statement, there was nothing. Raghav Chadha was in London, while AAP here was burning. Lot of problems, not one problem, multiple problems happening on AAP, but Raghav Chadha was never seen. Now, Raghav Chadha is not a small leader. He is a very, very senior leader in AAP. Though he is not a very elderly gentleman, but the fact remains that he is seen as a very senior leader in AAP, and he was seen as very close to the Sipai Salar, that is Arvind Kejriwal, who Sipai everybody is. So he was seen very close to Arvind Kejriwal. Now the fact remains that all that closeness, when things got kind of difficult, Raghav Chadha scooted to London. Then he didn't bother to keep in touch and all that. And when things settled down, he came back. Even after coming back, he didn't utter a word. He was quite measured about what he said. So possibly what he didn't tell you, and what I think he should be also telling you, is that he spoke for common people, which is good, and which he did. But he never spoke for his party. So the question what he is possibly asking Arvind Kejriwal, or what he possibly should honestly ask Arvind Kejriwal, is, Baba, I have spoken for the people of our country. I have not spoken for the party because of whatever reason I am scared, or I don't want to be part of you, or I don't want to do anything with you, or I don't believe you are genuinely honest and all that. Whatever you want, but I have not spoken for the party. So am I wrong? That possibly is the right question. It is not that, why are you penalizing me because I spoke for the people? That is a ridiculous question. That is not even a question. So the fact is that, like I said, if you look at it objectively, you are part of a political party. That political party has spent money It has spent its resources, it has spent its support to ensure that you are placed in a place like Rajya Sabha. You are responsible to the voters and nobody but the voters. There is no doubt about it. But you are also responsible for a political party. Because in a democracy, otherwise a political party won't stand. A political party won't function, won't be able to function. So it is very necessary that you are also responsible for your political party with people like Raghav Chadha and to some extent Shashi Tharoor do not. They at least behave like they are not responsible to their political party. Possibly their interest lies in some other political party, but they kind of preach that they, are serving the people. The seat they are sitting is what they are serving and all that. All that is fine. But long and short is that, bhaiya, if you are talking about a democracy and if you are talking about a constitution, then it is also necessary for democracy that you also support your political party which put you in that seat. You also support that political party which helped you get into that seat. Raghav Chadha was nominated. Raghav Chadha didn't win election. Shashi Tharoor, for instance, not that I want to drag him into this situation, but just to say Shashi Tharoor at least got elected. He won votes from the people to sit in that chair. Raghav Chadha was nominated. So the point is that I think, personal opinion, that unfair. If you are belonging to a political party, no matter which political party you are, AAP or BJP or you may have your affiliations to another party. You may even want to jump to another party, which possibly may happen very soon with Raghav Chadha. But at the end of the day, I firmly believe that the party you represent in the parliament, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, you should be loyal to that party. Or quit. Get yourself elected back and go. Or go to that other party, ask them to nominate you and come back. That's the way it should be. That will have more credibility than all this that's happening around. That's the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.